Hello people, I want to share with you a new recipe. I want to try, I've never had quinoa, so this is a first time for me. So I wanted to just share a recipe with you, which I'm going to call butternut and what's the other name? Zucchini. Butternut and zucchini quinoa salad. So here we go. So I'd already cut up my butternut into chunks and trying my very best to keep them in one size, and then I'm doing the same to the keeping them in one size just to ensure that they cook evenly. I had still left the peel of the butternut even as I was cooking, because skin is a bit tough when it is still raw. It's easier when it's cooked. So after I've cut up, I'm just going to add some olive oil there, and then I put in my spices, which were in this case salt and pepper. I wasn't using much because I just wanted to try it in its most rawest form, if that makes sense. But if you would like, then you'd have added paprika, chili, depending on who's eating, cinnamon, nutmeg, cumin. There's so much you could do. Yeah, so I had lined my baking sheet with foil, and I'm just gonna put the vegetables in the oven to cook for around 20 minutes in not more than 200 degrees of heat in the oven. Now, depending on how your oven is, you can decide the range. Yeah, there they are, already done, and you can notice that they have color already. Yeah, and that's what I was looking for. Yeah, so now to my next step, which was now cooking the quinoa. Like I had said before, I had never done it before. This was the first time, but thankfully the internet would show you how to do it. So I had 100 grams of quinoa there. It's just a grain. It's high carbohydrates, those healthy complex carbohydrates grains. And how to cook is 1 part of quinoa and then 1 part of your liquid, the liquid that you're using. And when I say liquid, I mean you could be using vegetable stock or beef stock, depending on your recipe, or you could be using like I added some coconut in mine, because I had a tin that I had been using with coconut, and I didn't want to just take it to waste, so I just sort of rinsed the small bit of coconut cream that was there, and I just added. I've not seen a recipe with the coconut cream, so maybe this is a first. So I rinsed my quinoa, and then now I added it to boil, and you just have to let it in there boiling until it is like soften. Yeah, because it's a grain, so it just needs to soften. Yeah, and these kind of grains are very healthy. They are the complex ones that still have their germ there. I know I am talking a lot of science, but it's like the way you would have a brown rice. The brown rice still has its the germ. It's not very processed. And as we are moving on, people going into the these complex sort of grains. So now as it boils, I want to prepare my other ingredients. I'm gonna form the salad. I have cashew nuts there that I had toasted earlier to give them color and of course to cook them. And for those who know me, I really like my dania. I don't enjoy any salad that doesn't have dania. I really enjoy my dania. So I have dania there. I have 2 lemons. I have an onion. And then my roasted veggies. I've already peeled the skin off of the butternut. And then chickpeas. Yeah. And then there's a clove of garlic somewhere, which I will use for the dressing. Yeah, so chopping just to get manageable bites out of that. Not really a big deal, but better. And my trusty knife there. I'm sure you guys have that one knife, very tiny but efficient in the kitchen. Yeah, so that's like my favorite knife. But I need to invest in a chef's knife, this chef butcher things, so maybe soon. Yeah, so the quinoa there is continuing to boil. I thought to put on a lid so that it goes faster. Yeah, did. And I don't think it took more than 20 minutes. It didn't take that long. So here I'm chopping my coriander. In Kenyan language, you call it dania. And I like to use the stalks as well. I don't like to throw them. But if you don't like stalk, yes, the stalks of the dania, you can save them and do vegetable stock. Yeah, for your I'm gonna show you guys how to do a vegetable stock that I normally use in some of my recipes. It's very easy. We throw away a lot of things from the kitchen, guys. We do a lot. So vegetable stock just sort of preserves some of those things and the nutrients that are in the plants. So I'm dicing my onion. It was a small onion into small pieces. And then might here to sort of cut the bite is that I add just a splash of lemon juice just to kill that bite that normally the onion normally has when it's raw. Yeah, so now I'm gonna go for my dressing for the salad. This is a salad. It's eaten warm, but there's other ways you can use quinoa in cold salad recipes. So I have a clove of garlic there, which I'm going to use. I'm going to grate on my microplane there. It's a small grater. But if you can chop it in small pieces, that's also fine. And then lemon. I love lemon in my recipes, especially new recipes that I've never tried before. The lemon just brings life to the recipes. Yeah, so juice of 2 lemons there, roughly 2 lemons. I'm using my hands to catch some of the seeds, and also the marlin there is helping me the seeds not to get in there. And then I'm adding a tablespoon of oil there on my dressing. I'll add it. So my quinoa is continuing. It had to boil until the water is finished. Yeah. So I realized at some point that I lost some footage when it came to assembling the dish. I lost some footage. I don't know how. So I just added salt and pepper on my dressing there, and then some oil, and then I mixed it up. Yeah, so like I was saying, I lost some footage, but this is how it turned out when I plated it. I didn't put all the chickpeas and the nuts, and there it is. So try out the recipe and then let me know what you think. There it is. I had plated half of what I had cooked, and then the half will do another recipe. Yeah, so the only thing that was left was for me to pour in the dressing and then mix it up, and it turned out really good and tasty. The butternut is sweet, the zucchini is soft and nice and tasty, and the nuts add in a great amount of crunchiness. So try it out and let me know.